Hey guys, this is Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Please stop what you're doing and like this video, like this video, like this video, like it again. Share it if you like to, subscribe, stay a while. If you want to make a booking with me, a phone conversation, you can do so. It's $15 for 30 minutes, $30 for 1 hour. You are to make your payment through Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal. All that information will be in the description bar or in the comment section below this video. Once you make your payment, you're going to email me at neoangie3000@yahoo.com. Let me know you made your payment, and we'll go from there in booking what is the best time and day for your phone session with me. It is not FaceTime. It's my voice only. And you won't regret the session. If anyone has ever had a session with me, please drop your testimony in the comment section. If you feel you had a good experience, or even if you feel like you didn't have a good experience. I like honesty, but write it in the comment section so others can feel more comfortable to book with me as well. What else am I missing? I think that's it. But anyway, I'm not going to be on that long, because I got some errands to run. I need to get my toes done, my nails done, all that good stuff. Self-care, right? So I just quickly said, let me get on here and talk about this, because this connection, I don't know. I don't say it goes unnoticed, but I think people get so stuck in this cycle in doing these habits because of narcissistic abuse in their past, okay? And even I have done it, and sometimes I catch myself also as well. And this is the connection between narcissistic abuse and abandonment issues, okay? So a lot of you are probably like, what are you talking about? The narcissist was there, so how do I feel abandoned? Technically, that's what the narcissistic abuse is. It's them emotionally abandoning you, okay? The body is there, but technically they're not there with you, okay? Everything is based on their happiness, what you can do for them, how you can be of use to them, whether it was your parent, your lover, your friend, whoever. Technically they are abandoning you because none of your needs are being met, okay? You're basically just being sucked dry emotionally and spiritually. You're not getting poured back into, okay? They're just drinking from you. They're taking your spiritual light. They're taking your money. They're taking your sex. They're taking your time, your services, and you're not getting anything in return. Then when they're done with you, they basically toss you to the side and they replace you with someone else. And that can cause abandonment issues, okay? For those of you who, especially for those of you who had narcissistic parents or guardians, or you grew up around narcissists, you specifically have it really bad, okay, than someone who probably might have experienced it, a narcissism later on, like in their adult life, I feel. So for my I always give examples of my life, of course, but I think I had some huge abandonment issues, and that caused me, of course, to latch on to the wrong friends, or to allow the wrong friends to come in, and I'm sure a lot of you have done it too, and not even really realize what you were doing. And you're going like, why is this person treating me this way? Why am I allowing this person to treat me this way? Some of you have asked yourself, and even me. And I grew up with a narcissistic stepfather since I was a year old. And I believe my biological father has a lot of narcissistic qualities because his mother was narcissistic. So he picked up a lot of those qualities as well, even though he did show me love from time to time, so to say. I might have just been his golden child, and that's why I feel that way. And also, abandonment issues came from me not having a relationship with my brother. So I always felt like abandoned by the men in my family. And I'm going to do another video about that when it comes to women and the reason why we choose men who are not available, or we tend to attract men who aren't emotionally available. So with that being said, I would have guys who were emotionally available for me, but they did not feel good to me. You get what I'm trying to say? They did not feel good to me. Why? Because in my mind, I never saw that kind of love. You get it? So when you are being loved by a narcissist, it's like, even as a child, you're like, look at me, daddy, look at me, mommy, look what I can do, look what I can do. And then you go into adulthood and you start dating and you start having sex, or you start befriending people in elementary school, junior high, high school. That is when you naturally, because of that energy, you're so used to being the chaser. Okay, even though physically you might not chase these people, but emotionally you're chasing these people, and you allow a lot of things to fly. Okay, so healthy relationships don't feel comfortable to you. You need, it's almost like what you couldn't accomplish when you were a child with your narcissistic parent, you subconsciously are trying to do that in your relationships. So you get with a man or a woman who they're tapped out emotionally. Some things happened to them when they were a kid. They cannot love. They're selfish. They're narcissistic. Whatever was going on with them, but you're so super attracted to this individual, right? Why? Because the first time you learn about love is where? In your home. That's where you learn about love, between a man and a woman, or a man and man, wherever. It doesn't matter what it is. So you're naturally going to be attracted to people who are going to abandon you. And you continue the cycle. So what do? You do all these tricks and hoops and things to try to make this person love you. Because in your mind, you're trying to prove to yourself, see, there was nothing wrong with me. And there was never anything wrong with you. You were a good child. You were a cute child. You were loving. You did deserve that love. You did deserve that attention, or that, being taken to Disney World or to the park, or whatever you wanted from that parent. You did deserve it. You were a good child. It's just that you didn't get it because they could not give it to you. But in your mind, you weren't good enough, okay? And some of you probably didn't even put one and two together of why you keep attracting these same people, or why you end up like this, right? So that happened to me. All my friends were emotionally tapped out. They were abused themselves, or they were narcissistic, and they were just like, when they saw me, it was like, oh my gosh, I gotta be Angie's friend. Like, she gives me everything. I used to give so much and never want anything else in return. That was the cycle. You didn't have to do anything to be my friend. Of course, these little narcissistic badass kids would want to be around me. Of course. Why wouldn't they not? Right? I give. I let you sleep over my house. You can eat my food, play with my toys. You can steal from me. You could do anything to me, talk to me crazy, treat me like a servant, and I'm still going to be your friend. And a lot of you are still doing that now at 20, 30, 40, 50 years old. People don't have to bring you anything. They don't have to give you anything to be your friend, to be your lover. And why? Is because you don't feel good enough. You didn't feel good enough because a narcissist abandoned you emotionally. The cycle of the narcissism made you feel like, I don't have to give this person anything, or I have to work 20 times harder to get a person to even like me, to love me, to think I'm cool. I know I got a bomb personality. I know that now. But back then I used to, try to entertain people, try to host parties, try to do all these different things to get people to like me, to see me. Because in my mind, I wasn't good enough for my daddy. I wasn't good enough for my stepfather. I wasn't good enough for my brother. All these men who abandoned me, I wasn't good enough. Now, I don't got to prove anything, because I know. Once you heal from this cycle, it's going to be like, well, what you going to show me? If I'm giving you, what you going to give me? That's going to be your attitude. That's how you know when you're officially healed. When you're not acting like a circus monkey, doing everything to get people to love you and like you. Okay? And if you're doing that, you're going, oh, shoot, I do that. Everyone who's in your life, whether it's your mate, whether it's your adult children, think to yourself, do I get back in return? Do I get anything from them? You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself that. Check that. Do inventory. Businesses do inventory, Check and see what's going on. What's in your store and what's not in your store. Are you the only one pouring into people? Okay? And that is just something that I noticed, that I used to literally be a circus monkey. I used to create these characters myself, or try to entertain people and try to be something that I wasn't. Not something that I wasn't, but just exaggerate who I am to get people to like me. And I'm no longer in that cycle. And that happens because you literally didn't feel good enough. You were abandoned. They didn't spend quality time with you. You're always, when you're around the narcissist, it's like, you're gonna feel like you're not good enough. The compliments stop. They belittle you. They talk down to you. You cook something. Ew, this is nasty. It could be good as hell, and they got a lot of you. You look nice in that dress. No, you look fat in that dress. You have sex with her, and she might have been screaming, but she's gonna tell me, no, your penis is too small now. I don't know. I was just so used to having bigger ones. So this messes up your mind. This has you thinking that you're not worthy. And you internalize this. Okay? And through life, until you heal these portions of you, you're always going to be attracting people who have issues themselves of latching on to people emotionally. Either you don't trust people and you stay distant. That can happen as well. Or you do backflips to get people to love you and like you. You give and give and give and give and give. You're stressed out. You're getting sick. You're drained. You don't feel lovable. Then now you're feeling depressed. Now you're feeling ugly. It's a whole triggering system, a whole domino effect that comes with this. Take a step back. Only give to those who give to you. Unless you're helping out the homeless or you're helping out somebody who's less fortunate, okay? And even then, be careful with that, because a lot of you do things for people less fortunate just to feel worthy and good in this world. You should feel good by just being yourself. Just being. Just breathing. You should know that you are worthy, right? So, I noticed that you do all these different things. And I remember I went through a cycle. I was talking to a friend about this as well, where even with my own brother, he doesn't want to be attached to me, and that's cool. That's fine. But I remember, I took him to these concerts. I went over his house and cooked for Father's Day. I bought him gifts. I did all these things, and nothing ever changed in the relationship that we had with each other. Nothing. And I stepped back and I had to think to myself, what the hell am I doing? I'm doing all these things and he's not reciprocating. When they reciprocate? When you don't F with them anymore. That's as soon as you get the narc or the toxic person's attention. When you disappear on them. When you're not giving them that energy, because they're trying to go, wait a minute. This person knows their worth now? I got to go screw that up now. This is why they come back to you. This is why they come back to knock you off your high horse. They don't come back to try to give you the love that you were giving them. They didn't come back around because they're like, oh yes, they finally got it. No. They're coming now to knock you off your high horse. Like, what are you doing? Get back down there. I had you here. And now you're up here. You're healed. You know your worth. You think you all that? Oh, no. Now I'm coming to steal your light, steal your joy again. So it can get tricky where, people who you wanted their love, they try to come back. Be careful with that one. Not everybody has changed. Okay? And I did this. I did this with all the men in my family. And even to this day, I still attract people who have horrible issues with commitment. Horrible issue. They'll be there for me. They'll do anything for me. But when it comes to the official commitment, it's an issue. It's an issue. And sometimes it's that stain. Sometimes it's things that you're not fully healed yet, and that's why you attract those particular individuals. So pay attention to the type of people that you do attract, and that's something I pay attention to even now that I've healed. But healing, you'll be healing to the day you die. It's a never ending process, okay? But you need to be able to function and not to let these things, what is the word, impact you having healthy relationships, right? So, do you still have abandonment issues because of narcissism? Are you overcompensating? Or are you still acting like a circus monkey? Are you still trying to entertain? Are you still trying to do things to get people to like you, to be your friend? Are you buying people unnecessary gifts? Are you trying to buy people's affections? I've had friends do this to me, even in recent years, trying to spend money on me, buying me gifts. And I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on here? What's up with you? No, I'll pay. No. Be careful with that. Be very careful when people are doing that with you. Sometimes those people have abandonment issues because you know what? In their head, they're going, it's going to be a nick of time where this person is going to see who I really am. Or I'm not, you know what? I know I have issues, so let me try to buy her or buy him things to keep them around because they know they're broken. They know that their mask is going to fall off eventually. So yes, other broken people could do this to you as well. And I've noticed that. I've noticed the most insecure friends, they were hiding. They were overcompensating because they knew they had some shit that they needed to work out. Okay? So think on that. Work on that. And I hope you heal from your abandonment issues if you are still in that process. Okay? And if not, I hope that this video shine the light on that and that you can work on it as well. And even me, I'm still processing and healing. You know, I'm not acting like a circus monkey anymore. And whenever I feel that urge to try to prove to someone, I back away. I'm like, Angie, don't do it. Don't buy them anything. Don't overcompensate. Don't do it. Okay? So I even stopped myself in the process for being an overgiver because that was what I was doing. You know, I don't let people just run to me anymore. I even have to change conversations, okay? Because people like to dump on me. I get it. I'm an empath. You know, I counsel. But there's times where I have to go, I can't do this right now. I had to tell a friend the other day. We were hanging out. I was like, this is too heavy right now. I can't do it, honey. Let's change this. Let's change the story. I can't talk about rape and molestation right now. I can't do it. That's too heavy right now. I just want to have a good night. I just want to have fun. And sometimes you're going to have to do that. And if your friends love you and if your friends respect you, they will understand. Okay? People who love you and respect you, they may not like it, but they're going to respect your boundaries. Okay? So some of you, it may not be with gifts. It may not be with favors. But a lot of you let people emotionally dump on you because it's like, well, I'm going to let them do this because I don't want to be alone. I want to have friends. I want to have a lover. So check that as well. All right? Have an amazing week, and I'll be doing more videos soon. Peace and blessings.